We have our final Indigo Disk trailer out. I haven't seen any leaks or riddles, so I'm basically diving into this blind. Let's take a look at the artwork clockwise. We have our first look at Kieran's new look, which heavily resembles a peach. If you know the story of Momotaro, Momotaro was a boy who was born from a peach and went off to slay an island full of ogres with his animal companions, a dog, a monkey, and a pheasant. This is why the Loyal Three are called in the Pokédex entries the Retainer Pokemon. They're not the Master. I said I wasn't going to be using leaks, but image files from the Teal Mask are fair game. In the flashback with Ogerpon, we see a Peach-based Pokemon. While I don't think Kieran is being controlled by this Peach-based Pokemon, because that would remove any agency he had, and that's kinda just sad, I do think he intends to catch it to gain power, much like the Loyal Three did something to gain its power. Maybe he ends up regretting it, or maybe he just ends up working with Briar and that the peach-based Pokemon really isn't important except for optics, I guess. The artwork depicts him with a mix of concern and regret. Maybe he causes whatever happens in the Indigo Disk. Or, in another way, he's working with Briar, and Briar basically uses him as a tool. One, we rarely see characters who are obsessed with really powerful legendaries depicted in a good light. And two, her face in this image is mostly in shadow, which is a trope of, villains. She probably has seen Terapagos according to the instructions of the book and is basking in the glory of it all. On to Carmine. We saw that she was concerned with her brother's sanity at the end of Teal Mask, and I am sure she thinks he has completely lost it. I mean, based off the trailer itself, it's not her that seems to just be concerned about Kieran's well-being. All the background extras of Blueberry Academy seem to be either terrified of him or fearful of him. And of course we have our protagonist. I wanted to comment that Blueberry Academy uniforms look so much better than Naranja Uva Academy ones. Onto the trailer itself, the trailer implies that Terapagos hides out beneath Area Zero. Don't know what the proper name is, but I'm going to call it Area -1. How this ties into Blueberry Academy is probably related to Briar and Kieran. Speaking of Blueberry, Blueberry Quest or BBQs are probably a deliberate nod to America's barbecue traditions, since this is an America-based region. Speaking of America-based regions, we have the Z-moves returning. Not the actual Z-moves themselves, but just the poses. Not sure if all Z-move poses will be available for picture purposes, but I guess that's a cute reference since Alola is also based off of Hawaii, which is a US state. I do enjoy how the trailer plays up how this is the grand finale of Scarlet and Violet, since the League Club allows you to invite characters from the base game. They're not just going to be silent, they're going to actually interact with you. Ayano actively trades with you. And I think there's a partner ribbon mentioned somewhere, which is fun. We're also shown the many returning legendaries from all the previous regions, including Unova, which makes me want those remakes more. One of the things I think Cerebi Joe or someone else who played the game early said is that just because the Elite Four look like they have type specialties doesn't mean they're going to be pigeonholed and limited only to that, which I'm glad we have a bit more visual confirmation of that. Then we get to Kieran. Like I said earlier, everyone seems to be concerned when the player character faces him. He certainly has that unhinged look down. I actually enjoy this look mainly because he's not some cool anime rival. He's a teenager who lost his sanity. As established, we're getting the old starters. I want to know if there's a lore purpose for the old starters being here. Like, Blueberry Academy has a specific breeding program, and they send out starters to all the Pokemon professors. That's probably a bit too fanficky for this game, but it's something to think about. Then we get Terapagos in Area -1. Assuming they iron out all the performance issues, I think this will be an enjoyable experience. I'm at least invested in the characters and of course all the wonderful legendaries of Blueberry Academy. Thank you for watching this video. Please consider liking, subscribing, tipping the channel on Ko-fi. This is Cyril signing off.